All right, Jeff, it has been a pleasure to talk with you thus far.
Thank
I've
you.
gone over your resume, your experience. So at this point in time, what I'd love for you to do is to tell me a little bit about the work that you have been doing, please.
Recently, I was employed by a UK company that was involved with laser, class 4 laser, used in the aerospace and military areas. All aircrafts require their wires to be printed by laser. In other words, it needs to be permanent, and that's the only way that we can have permanent markings on wire. Um, so I've, over the past year or so, have been working with very um, high grade companies going in, making sure the product is serviced, making sure that new products are installed, taking care of training people, dealing with issues that may come up, especially if there's been shipping damage, etc. Rest assuring the customer and being able to get problems solved. Working with a team in Texas. Quite a lot of the work has been me dealing with obviously the customer directly, um, being able to do my own travel arrangements, um, and being able to support the company and be constantly in communication with my superiors to let them know what I'm doing, how things are progressing, if there are any issues, so that they are be able to deal with matters should they escalate. Um, so that's that. That's that particular job. Um, in the past, I've also worked together with your own company while I was with Philips in Gainesville. I was doing engineering with MRI machinery. Um, they decided to move the factory to India and invited us to train the Indian staff that would be basically doing our jobs. So we did, and so I spent about maybe 3 to 4 months training Indian staff in highly technical, complicated procedures involving much test equipment, being able to show them the positive and the negative aspects of doing the work as regards to doing it well, or if they don't do it well, this is what would happen. Um, Giving them the mentorship that is required for them to do the job without having any doubts. So my basically, I'm a very um, I'm the kind of person who mentors, so that I lead in that way. I never ever raise my voice. I always keep a calm, cool, and ask people questions, especially if I'm concerned that maybe something is happening that I need to be able to nip in the bud, so to speak, um, and also be able to give people all the information that is required for them to do the job as I would expect if I was doing that particular job. I respect everybody, and I work well with everybody. I'm a good communicator, both written and obviously verbally. I am well organized and believe time management is important. So being on time for a company interview is important. It's excusable, and if you are late because something's happened, then phone the customer and let them know. But there's really no excuse not to be prepared by making sure that you're up early in the morning. That's to say that if it's an 8 o'clock appointment, make sure you're up at 6 o'clock, and make sure that you have lots of travel time padded in there, so that if there's any problems, and believe me, I mean, I've gone to many cities in America, not knowing what the situation is going to be, and faced all sorts of issues, including frostbite from a steering wheel in the midst of winter in Kentucky. So yeah, I get it. Lots of people may whine and say, I don't like this, whatever. But for me, it's like, get on, do the job, make sure that people are happy and problems are resolved.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. What I'd like to talk about next, Jeff, is that, I mean, you've certainly proved your technical, your leadership, your skills for the position. What I'd like to talk a little bit now would be your sales skills. I see that you have about 15 years sales experience.
Yes.
All right, tell me about that.
Are we recording it?
Yes, is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, why don't you tell me a little bit about it, more in a nutshell, because we will stop this because obviously our clients will want to interview you, in person and a little bit more in depth, and this is just going to be a snippet of your experience. But why don't you tell me a little bit about your sales experience?
Okay.
Yeah, go
All
ahead.
right, we're recording.
Yes.
Okay, great. So sales experience started at an early age of maybe about 19. I opened up my own store back in the UK, selling electronics equipment. Discovered I was very, very good at doing that and being able to make sales happen. Progressed through my own businesses, and then went into the professional world, which meant I started selling radio equipment and these were Motorola products for a Motorola provider. I was able to gain a lot of sales with this particular company, and then progressed to work for an even larger company, which was GEC Marconi. They sent me to college for 3 to 4 weeks together with another group of colleagues. We were basically trained right the way through the whole sales process. So professionally, I am trained. I know what to look for. I know what to look for as regards to the buying signals. I know when to shut up. I understand that listening is the best part of the sales process, and being able to look for key words or actions that may indicate that there's a selling opportunity. Always be selling is one of the things that I always believe in. Always be closing is the other aspect of sales I always believe in. Also following up after the sale is done, ask for other referrals. Make sure that you keep in contact with your customers at all times. Even if everything is going well, you never know. There could be something in the background that needs to be nipped in the bud. So good maintenance of customers, being friendly, is one of the most important things. That's about it.
Wonderful. Thank you. Well, I'm going to go ahead and stop this part of the interview, but don't go anywhere. We have a few more things to chat about.